I sort of found myself hitting that wall in mid to early March, and obviously it's affecting me more because it's a big round number, and so I'll be able to tell you what 20 was like at 25, but 20 so far has been difficult.
Zach Cartaya is a Columbine High School graduate and survivor of the 1999 shooting. Since then, he's helped start a nonprofit that connects survivors of mass shootings and traumatic events. On the 20th anniversary of Columbine, he knows he's not alone.
What's common amongst all survivors is anniversaries are really, really hard. Anniversaries just tend to bring out really, sometimes it just brings out the worst in us.
What do you mean by that?
I can be pretty short-tempered, and I'm not usually. I'm pretty easygoing, but I have not been easy the last few weeks. And the worst part is that you tend to take it out on the people you love the most, and that's been a real struggle for me. But I'm fortunate because everyone around me is pretty understanding.
For Paula Reed, a teacher at Columbine High at the time of the shooting, the third anniversary was the most difficult to date.
I walked in the third year on the first day of the third year and went, oh my God, this was a mistake. This was a huge mistake. I should not be here. And I spent all year breaking out in hives. My hair was falling out. It was bad. So honestly, I probably should have left. But again, I can't even imagine leaving those kids. You stay in the morass. You stay at the site of your trauma. You stay with a bunch of other traumatized people. You, in many ways, suck each other down. If you leave, you go where no one understands you, where you feel adrift and disconnected. And so that sense of feeling normal within the context. So
those are awful options.
Aren't they?
Yeah, neither one of those, yeah. Psychologists have a term for this, anniversary reactions. They're generally defined as a time cue, quote, associated with when the trauma occurred. Anniversary reactions may cause a person to feel anxious, angry, or fatigued. Some research suggests the stress someone experiences near or during an anniversary is because the dates and times associated with trauma can easily trigger the memory. Those reactions aren't limited to the day or season they happened in either. Research shows our senses can trigger memories too, especially if they're connected to intense or traumatic moments.
The sense of smell is wired in a completely different way than any of our other senses. It has a direct input into the amygdala, the small part of the brain that is very important for the perception of fear.
Media exposure to these traumatic events could make them worse too. One recent study found Boston Marathon survivors who watched or read the coverage of the bombings often showed post-traumatic stress symptoms 6 months later, including fears around the second anniversary. For Cartaya and Reed, talking about the trauma helps, whether that's with medical professionals or other survivors, but they both say mental health care for trauma could be improved.
We're nowhere near to a place where mental health care is treated the same way on your insurance as if you have strep throat, where your meds and your treatments are fully covered and you pay a small copay. That is not anywhere near the case where we are right now. But having said that, we've learned so much in the aftermath that we are treating survivors better, and we're learning more, and we're trying to adapt.